Welcome to the Trinidad Cast. This is episode 41, recording it really late in the week. This has actually been recorded on a Tuesday, will be published on a Wednesday, but it's because somebody didn't have water, and we have some juicy news to discuss, which is going to take us probably about half an hour. So it'll be a shortened podcast today, but the thing that we're going to discuss, it's a big deal right now in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know how long it's a big deal for. So we have tonight, as always, Mr. Redbit_tech himself. How you going? You good?
Yeah, good. I mean, shout out to Asa for finally sending our water truck to me after not having water for 2 weeks in my line. I still don't have water in my line, but at least my 2 tanks filled. I'm not sure when I'm going to get water again, but hopefully the tanks could last
and you just
the
that, and I just like, yeah, look, another day in Trinidad. Yeah, cool. Yeah, been there, done that. And we have friend of the show, Shivam Tilaxin on the inside. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. Always nice to come on here.
Yeah. And the internet working better this time.
So, yeah, definitely.
I like your background.
Yeah, the anonymous in the background.
Blending well with the topic.
Yeah, the anonymous in the background there, and he using a lav mic and holding it to his mouth. I real hacker vibes there.
Yeah, hacker vibes.
And you hear any brain. So, today we have one thing to discuss, and the one thing that we're going to discuss is TSTT being hacked. ... Well, maybe. Because we ain't too sure what is the true story right now, but up to this point, which is the 31st of October, 2023, this is what we know. So I'm going to start off by sharing the Tech News TT article. This one has the most detail about the technical stuff. So TSTT would have been reported to be hacked by a ransom EXX exploit or ransom X exploit. And well, usually when these things happen, there are some Twitter feeds or X feeds that you follow, X formerly known as Twitter, and they would post information about what happened. So it would have started by a feed on Twitter called Falcon Feeds, says that there was an exploit. So it basically tracks all the exploits that happen across the world, and they posted. There's a multiple data breach reporting sites have noted a compromise and exfiltration of data from the systems of TSTT on October 27, 2023. So according to the post on Twitter, they were pointing out all the different things, and the name of the exploit is called Ransom X, which was from 2018, and it's been used in many places. Ransom X is a suite of ransomware tools that contains like a rat, a remote access Trojan. It contains some sort of Metasploit, all those different things. And the Ransom DB Tracker, which is our website, which tracks every time Ransom X is used, lists the TSTT hack to be number 41 on the list and the date and everything. So I checked the actual website because unlike our local newspapers, they link to the actual pages for you to go to. So when you go on the Ransom DB Tracker, you will see the actual page there. And they give you more information about it on the Trend Micro website, which is basically explaining how the system works, how the hack works, right? So they said it was about 6 gigs of data, and then they updated the article on the 28th with more information about a dark web informer reporting that that TSTT had a chance to pay the ransom, but they didn't. So it says, if you're a mobile customer, keep in mind they had more than enough time to prevent it. Their choice was to make it possible to leak customers' data, keep customers facing network issues, and all this time charge them for it. Databases contain names, addresses, emails, national ID numbers, phone numbers, and a lot of other sensitive data. They have seen this page, and as we promised, we are proud to share it with you. And that says that the information was shared on the dark web. On October 29th now, they said that, they had to use the Tor browser, of course, because these things get shared on the dark web. They got Oracle customer information database files, customer ID scans, a credentials files, some GitHub stuff, and a CSV file with 800,000 TSTT customers. The one that's the most alarming is the 800,000 TSTT customers. And
let me just, we could go back to it, but let me just jump in here. Any of you all are TSTT customers?
yeah,
Mobile customers?
that'll be mobile customer.
Right. So, talking to someone else about this, they was telling me, was it the bill pay or something has been done a couple of weeks now?
Yeah, I heard about that. And the mobile network itself has been given a lot of issues recently.
Yeah, so I mean, all of this could be related, and like you see what they say there about Oracle customer information. I know that TSTT use Oracle databases.
Yeah,
so.
they definitely use Oracle, as their database. So the last updates would have been, let me just go through this last part here. So on October 30th, TSTT issued a press release saying that it was there was a threat. At the onset of the threat, TSTT's incident response processes were swiftly activated. The company took immediate steps to minimize the security vulnerability, successfully isolating its systems and applications. These applications were subsequently quarantined, rebuilt, and put back into production as part of clearly defined procedures and protocols. And they basically said that they did everything that they were supposed to do, and no data was deleted, altered, or stolen. And their claim is, well, they tried, but they didn't get through. And the hackers' claim is, yeah, we get through. And it have 800,000 numbers for it to see if they want to see it. And now we have to discuss what we know and what we don't know.
So, you'll see I'll post that link in the chat there, right?
Yeah.
So,
The article on Express, right?
Yes. And that more or less states that, this wasn't the first time it happened. In fact, it happened a year ago, a little over a year ago, similar ransomware attack. And at that point in time, they said that they engaged international cybersecurity experts to contain the problem. So, a year ago, they engaged the experts, but, it happened again a year later. So, maybe, they engaged the experts, but, they didn't necessarily have continuous monitoring and, active monitoring. But, you could look at the article there.
Yeah. Well, Shivam, you pointed out that the first news agency to kind of drop this was Newsday. And Newsday, what they said in Newsday was that there was no hack yet.
Yeah, there was no hack, and then a couple hours later, Express did an article, and then they confirmed there was a hack, but there were no compromise in terms of data. So they kind of, again, the story is straight at all in that way. I'm not sure if they have proper PR set up for these sort of things. Yeah.
Well, I could understand that they would have to say certain things, which is they don't want to say that it's actually there. But has anyone? Well, somebody told me that they saw the CSV file, but they can't give it to me, and I was like, okay, cool. Has anybody seen the CSV file? But the person that I spoke to told me that it have legitimate people names inside there that might be actually active. But the real test of if the hack actually took place would be, is the actual file real? And can you open it and see the names of customer information and validate that the customers actually do exist? Because when these ransomware things are done, the goal is to the goal is to get money first, and then if you don't get any money, you shame the company into like having to do all kind of press releases and whatnot because they didn't pay the money that they were supposed to. So Shivama, I heard from a reliable source that you heard from somebody that they have seen the file. Don't call
I've heard. I'm not going to call no one's name, but after this, I actually want to go on the dark web and see if I find it. Legitimately, just to see if I see a peek or sneak a peek of it. I'm not going to post it up on TikTok or anything like that. I just want to see if I see anything. That's it. Because it has certain ways of finding things on the dark web very easily. That may or may not know about. I heard there is a file out there, and I heard it's in the hands of a good few persons. and I heard that TSTT did not make the payment. So I'm pretty sure that it's out there. I'm pretty sure that it's out there.
So you're 95%, 75, 80.
I'm gonna actually be safe.
That's what I see.
I'm gonna be safe and say 75 to 80%. Gonna be safe.
75 to 80%.
Yeah.
So what would be? Well, we don't know, but I think that it's based on the information that we see on the TSTT site and the actual Twitter feeds and whatnot. You could track back most of the other companies that they said was hacked. You could check it and see that they actually were, and they would have come forward and said no. TSTT not coming forward and say it, but the implications of 800,000 TSTT customers' data being out there would only be bad for me if there's financial information inside of it. What else could be bad besides they take your number and your email and they start to spam you, or they try to use your activity 2FA, or...
I mean, all right, so that's for you, right? That's in your case, but in your case, you probably have two-factor authentication on and stuff like that, but depending on what type of information out there, they could take it and potentially reverse engineer, do social engineering and, try to gain access to a lot of people's accounts, as they say, financial information as well, but...
They could tell that all over.
Yep.
Well, yeah, most likely it will be, for sure, it will go on the dark web and it will get sold. People will snap it up and add it to their databases, and you'll start to get a lot more Nigerian princes and people from wherever sending messages and that kind of thing, right? But aside from that, what credentials does TSTT have that could compromise you directly, other than you will have to basically get attacked to get compromised, but the data itself ain't gonna compromise you because no credit card information inside there. Mostly it'll just be emails, phone numbers, customer address, and basically biodata, which is now going to give somebody ammunition to attack you more. But if your spam filter working properly, it will filter the spam email that you get.